Yeah, we are live now.
All right.
Yeah, so great. We are live.
I'm just trying to check it on YouTube once.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
we
also
are
checking it.
we are live. Yeah.
We are live?
Awesome. Great.
Perfect.
We can start now.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, so what's up, guys? Welcome to the 10th episode of Life Indeed podcast, where we discuss about the life the way it is not. So, Mazimo, just to give you a brief about this podcast, how we started this. So, me and Tosif met online 2.5 years ago, definitely on our favorite platform, LinkedIn. And you'll be really surprised that in this 2.5 years, we have never met personally.
Wow, really? Seriously?
Yes.
Unbelievable.
But still we share that kind of bonding and very good relationship thanks to the technology, thanks to internet, and
Absolutely.
a big thank to LinkedIn, our
Indeed.
most favorite social media platform. So during this 2.5 years, we shared a lot of life experiences with each other. We had a very detailed conversations around life experiences, and somehow we found something common, that Tosif also had some life experiences, major life experiences. I also had some major life experiences, because of which we have transformed our life, right? So before those experiences, we were living a different life, and after having those experiences, we have started living a completely different life. So then we thought that this must be the case with everybody's life, right? So why don't we create a platform, or why don't we start a kind of podcast where we bring people and just talk about their life stories, talk about their life experiences, which taught them to start living a completely different life. And that is why we say that the podcast where we discuss life the way it is not. And that is how we started this podcast, and
Absolutely.
today it's our 10th episode, and we are really excited. First of all, thanks a lot for accepting our invitation, Mazimo.
No, you're the most welcome. I'm really enjoyed. I'm so happy to be here. But I have a question for you. I also have to share something because something
Please.
happened in my life. Actually, I have four key events that changed my life, but they're extremely personal. So I need to understand first which one was your event, what changed your life, if you can tell me in 60 seconds maximum, so I can see how much I can push my luck and how much I have to be open in this discussion.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, so Tosif, would you like to say something about Massimo?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I think I would like you to exempt me for my energy today because I have fasted for 15 to 16 hours. So if I'm not able to sound energetic, please excuse me.
It's
And
okay.
yeah, absolutely. So as my co-host Piyush said that we all have had life is always full of experiences. And nobody is exempt to this. Everybody have different kind of experiences because everybody is unique and they meet a lot of challenges in their life and they learn from those challenges and they learn from those experiences. Yeah, as Piyush mentioned that we met on a we agreed on a common ground. We had a lot of chats with each other in last 2.5 years, and we found out that there are a lot of common things that we can resonate with each other, and we have life has taught us a lot of lessons. Why should we not go ahead and share it with society and world at large, so that other people can also resonate with us and they can learn from our experiences. In continuation to that, we thought that rather than we go ahead and keep talking to each other and sharing our experience, let's invite more people from diverse background so that we can have more content, we can have more experiences, and people can learn from each other. That was
Absolutely.
basically that was the motto. Now, in initial episode, me and Piyush started this podcast, and we talk about our experiences initially. Like I think Piyush, if you remember, I think 2-3 episodes we did
Two,
on our
three.
own. We did not have any guests, and we started discussing our own personal life stories. One of the inferiority complex that I had, that my English was not good. Because I'm not sure whether you know about India or not, Massimo, too much. In India, 10 of if you go 10, 15 years back, we were taught English from sixth grade, which was a
Okay.
privilege at that time. Generally what happens nowadays, any kid is educated English, taught English from first grade. That's how the tradition is, because our first language is Hindi, but English is our second language. But at that time when I was a kid, I was taught English from sixth grade. So it was very difficult for me to understand things in English, to basically gel with those people who used to speak English. It was a second language for me, and I
Hmm.
had to learn it from the scratch. So, and because of that weak point, because of that struggle that I had to do, a lot of times, when I joined my first multinational organizations, I had to face a lot of troubles with respect to my weak English. I was ridiculed, I was mocked, and I realized it multiple times that I have to do something about it. So I really worked hard on this, and I have
Hmm.
talked about this at length in our first couple of episodes. How did I overcome this difficulty and inferiority complex in my life. And that this major experience has definitely given me a lot of recognition, and it has first of all helped me to put across my voice, to express myself on all across social media everywhere, helped me to communicate with beautiful people all across the world. So I feel that it has taught me certain experience. Likewise, we have all we all have other experiences which can help people understand, resonate, and learn from each other. Similarly, my co-host Piyush also had an inferiority complex with respect to his color of his skin, and he
Hmm.
also went through a lot of issues, ever since he was a kid, and he overcome that obstacle in his life. Similarly, I'm pretty sure that the reason why we are inviting our guests, from different background, from all
Hmm.
over the world, because we believe that everybody has a story to tell, and I'm pretty sure, in that hope, the reason why you are here, because we also believe that you have a huge amount of experience. You have been on a various senior leadership position. You're working currently as an COO, if I'm not wrong, and I'm sure you must have a lot of experience. And as you already
Hmm.
confessed that you have 4 major incidents in your life, so we would definitely like to hear all those
Okay.
in
Okay.
details. But to start off with, just share about a little bit about yourself and what are
I
you
I
basically doing.
have a question for Massimo. That
Come on.
Massimo,
Shut. Yeah.
so COO, Chief Operating Officer, right?
Yes.
So it's a kind of dream designation for millions of people. I'm pretty sure. So how do you feel when you are already sitting on that position?
To be perfectly honest, I don't really feel it because I come in that position growing from the lower step of the ladders. I really start from the last guy offshore because I've been working in the oil and gas industry since almost I was a kid.
Okay.
And I've done every possible position till I reach this position. It was a natural evolution. It's like asking yourself, how do you feel in your body now? And you say, hold on a minute, I don't know, because I grow up inside myself until I reach this point.
True,
So
true.
it's not something, oh, by the way, don't tell anyone, but I just got a new job as a vice president for a multinational company from Singapore. So very soon,
Congratulations.
Yes.
you will see changing my job title.
I will not tell anyone, but
Don't tell anyone.
we are on YouTube live.
Oops, really?
I will not tell anyone.
No, okay. So life, we all come from different countries and we have different experience, but we are all human beings. So the mechanics behind our emotion and our brain is more or less the same. Of course, we may have filters due to our heritage that led us to think on a certain way. Maybe some people in the Western world on the Eastern world tend to metabolize things in a different way. But more or less, we are all flesh bones. So we react in a way. And there is a line that connects everyone. The harder the life hits you, and the stronger we become, no matter which country, heritage, religion, or beliefs we are.
Absolutely.
And this is probably the things that keep us all together. I would say I've had a wonderful life, but has been signed by 4 very, let's say, sad events. And one, when I was about 25 years old, I lost my girlfriend in an accident. And it was pretty shocking for me. I was not even with her, so I just received the call. And I wasn't nice. Even today, when I think about, even though I'm married, have kids, it's still something that remains hanging in your life. You don't close it. It's gone like that. True. It's frozen in time. There is nothing you can do. And then, unfortunately, I lost 6 years ago my best friend. And that one was hard on me. And I never recover. Sometimes you can see me walking in the house. I have a T-shirt that his brother printed with a picture of me and him. And it's still with me. That's then I have had myself in 2015 a pretty serious incident where I broke 22 bones and ended up on a wheelchair yeah, that was hard. For almost, I think I've done 60 days in the hospital, 8-9 months in a wheelchair, and another maybe 18 months on crutches before I can start to walk again. And there is another event happened recently, but I don't want to talk about it. This, I think, is enough. Those things in my life made me come to a certain level of awareness.
Okay.
And I'm going to explain it to you guys. And I try to explain you in a simple word. Interrupt me if you have question. And someone in the audience also got question. I can type it and you can ask me.
Absolutely.
I ask why that girl died. Why my best friend died. Why I almost killed myself in an accident. And if you look around, everything decayed, eventually died. And I had that discussion with someone, and this someone told me, what do you believe is the natural status of things? And I say, I'm not following you. What do you really mean with the natural status of things? And he says, if you stop acting, in which status you will tend to go? And then he said, look at the universe. Look at the moon. It's frozen. It's dead. Planets, frozen, dead. Look here. If you take an animal and you don't feed them, it dies. If you take a tree, after a while, it dies. If you take a building over time, it falls in pieces. Pyramids, Maya pyramids, Colosseum. The natural status of things without action is decadence. Everything tends to death. Nothing tends to life.
Yeah.
Everything tends to die. And we do the same. So we are born by accident, and we tend to come back to the original status of balance that is dead. And no matter what you do, you die.
Absolutely.
If you have a building, a skyscraper, built perfect, brand new, and you don't touch it, no maintenance for 50 years, it's not going to improve. It's going to fall down.
True.
So everything go towards decadence. And it's at this point that I have like this flash of light understanding. And I say, hold on a minute. If I don't take action, everything go towards decadence. everything decays. Everything go to die. This work with friendship. So if you are friends and we do nothing, so we just stay talking, looking at each other like this, and we don't interact, creating an imbalance from the status of quiet, this friendship will cool down and will die. How many people you don't talk anymore that were friends? Because you went to the natural status of things, the decadence, and the friendship went. Your wife, girlfriend. If you don't continuously work to maintain a certain level, of relationship, and you want to let it grow, the natural status of things cool down, dead. Work. I got a nice job. Then you become flat, do nothing, no growth, no commitment, just on maintenance, slowly, decadence, you lose your job. The same, I believe, is with everything in life. Even in LinkedIn, you put a post, you walk away. What's happened? 20, 30 likes, then there is no interaction, the post
Nothing happens.
True.
So I come to this conclusion. Success in life is trying, maybe I should wait to give it away towards the end of the video. Otherwise, I give too much at the very beginning. But to success, it's maintain a status of unbalance. Because when you think you have balance, in that exact moment in time, the decadence starts. Because you are in balance, you do nothing, okay, and you start to decay. You get older, you go towards the inevitable end that is dead. Because remember, no matter how much we push, we die. Because that's the natural status. This is everything tends to the destruction.
True.
So life, it's an anomaly. Because if the natural status was life, every planet would have people living.
Absolutely.
You should throw seeds here in the desert. There should be plants everywhere. Instead, it's exactly the opposite. If you don't feed, if there is no water, if there is no bees and pollination and stuff, there would be no greenery around. Fish in the sea. So everything tends to that direction. Now, as a human being, our purpose is to keep going, maintaining those buildings to avoid that they fall in pieces. So we can pass it to our kids, to our grandsons, and on. The worst things that a man can do to me, a man as a human being, I'm sorry, because it's like sexist if I say man. I try not to use the word man too much, but it's difficult because you grow up, I grow up with those things. So as a human being, as a person, as an individual, the worst things that can happen to us, it fall down on a status of stasis, quiet, where we do nothing, thinking, okay, I want to maintain this status. But unfortunately, life and event start to erode the foundation of your status, and you start to go down. So just to keep the status, you have to work hard. Because it doesn't go by inertia.
Absolutely.
There is no momentum. The momentum, it's a decadence. So you have to really work hard to push and maintain it. If you want to grow up, you have to put effort 4 times more.
True.
And that's,
I think
I believe, tell me something, guys.
Yeah, I was saying that it's all about, putting your attention, because where your attention goes, energy flows, and where energy flows, result shows. So as you rightly mentioned that, whatever you feed into, like if you plant a water, nourish it, it will grow. And then
Yes.
similarly, if you have any pet, you nourish it, you take care of it, it will definitely bloom. And we can learn a lot of things from nature. Similarly, you're talking about life, that yes, obviously it's all about pushing hard at every interval of your life, because the moment you feel that you're balanced, your life is balanced, that's where the problem occurs. So as you said, that it's a collection of imbalance within your life. So I think it is very much applicable. And you talked about a couple of your experiences that you were absolutely shattered in an accident and you came from there. So, I mean, what really has happened, and how was that experience, and how did you come out of that major experience of your life?
So in fact, I would like to add something that just last week only I shared this thing on social media that behind that thing, if I let me share this thing first, that whenever I tell people about my age, so I am 40 years old,
Hmm.
but whenever I tell people that I am 40 years old, most of the people, they just don't believe it,
Ah, you
that
look good, man, huh?
yeah, so they say you don't look like 40, you look
Correct.
like 30, 32, or maximum 35. So those are the times when I used to tell people that why I don't look like 40 is because I keep on learning in my life.
Hmm.
So I shared about this
Absolutely.
experience last week. The day you stop learning, the day you start aging, you start
Absolutely.
becoming, you start
I agree
feeling
with you.
more older and older, because you are stagnant. You're right, as you said, you have to maintain.
Absolutely.
If you have
Hmm.
built something, then you have to maintain. Otherwise, you will
Correct.
start aging. So
I,
this
I agree
just
with you because I'm slightly older than you, just a bit. But no, I'm 53. I've done 53 in January, the 18th of January.
okay.
But I have no time to age.
January.
I'm
You said
I'm too
January.
busy. Yeah,
You said
January.
January. Which
Yeah,
date, by the way?
18.
I'm 25th
18
January.
January.
Yeah, cool,
And I'm
man.
10 January.
Yeah, give me five. You're almost
Oh,
We
wow.
all
there.
are Jan.
We all are.
Okay. I have no time to age. You know what I mean? I am too busy. I have no
Exactly.
time to look at myself in the mirror and say, "Oh, I'm aging." And also, I have my a concept. Listen to this one. Maybe you like it.
Mm-hmm.
If you have an old car, everybody say, "Oh, this is a classic car, very high value, very nice." Then you have a very old house, maybe you an heritage from your own family, and people say,
Mm-hmm.
"Oh, this look like a custom, very
Mm-hmm.
old. You are so lucky." Then you have a paint, 300 years old. They say, "Oh, this is $1 million." Then you buy a bottle of wine that is very, very old and aged, and is super value. So everything that aged increase value, but when it comes to us, we just getting old. So I say, okay, stop. Now, because I like video game too much, I don't say anymore I'm 53. I say that I'm level 53, like the video game.
Exactly.
That's
I have
that's the attitude.
That's
sorcery 210%, strength 210%. I tick all the box. I can do the fight with the big boss now. You know what I mean? I'm stronger than a level 20. Level 20
absolutely.
doesn't have anything.
Absolutely.
He cannot
Absolutely.
do magic. He cannot have access to the magic castle.
That's the
I
hot
feel,
spirit.
yeah, in this way, I feel cool. You know what I mean?
In fact, I also have another perspective which I heard from someone, that you are not 53, you are just a 20 years young boy with 23 years of life experiences.
Yeah, that could
Absolutely.
be. It sounds good. It sounds good. It sounds good. Just to reconnect
Mm-hmm.
to the fact of the C-level position, how do I feel? I feel I have a due to the people working with me because no one prepare you to be a manager. You do a job, and when you are very good at your job, your boss say, you know, Pius, you're really good at that. You are the best within the team. I want to promote you in a manager position. And you got a new business card. Now, the first things that happen, and I see these things happening to everyone, you become extremely high demanding with your team because you set your standard here because you were the best of the team already. So no one of the people working with you can deliver at the level that you were delivering because this is the reason why you've been promoted. So you fall into the mistake of the micromanagement because the first things that your brain is telling you, hey, I am being promoted because I was good at that. Now I'm managing a team that is not delivering at the standard that I made my boss use to see a delivery. My boss now will think I'm not a good manager because these people doesn't deliver at the same way I was delivering. So you become a micromanager because this is a mechanism that triggers in your brain. I don't know if you have anybody listening to this YouTube streaming. It's my first streaming,
there
actually.
Are people. Yeah.
Ask something, guys.
Yeah.
This is your brain that is telling you, hey, I am being promoted because I was good, and now that I am in charge, the division doesn't deliver at the same level I was delivering before. Clack. Something click in your brain, you stop to become a manager, and you become a man scared to lose the new job.
True.
As a senior, my job is to unlock this mechanism from your head. Because your job is not to deliver anymore that level, because I accepted in the moment that I promote you that there will be a drop in quality. Your job is to transfer your experience to those people below so they can come up at your level. And me is transfer some of my experience to you to pull you up to a management position. Unfortunately, this doesn't happen very often in the industry, in any industry.
True.
Because first of all, there is not enough people working. Everybody works 25 hours a day. Not everybody is qualified to the job that they do because they want to go cheap. I always say, pay the people a little bit more and employ the right guy, because everybody's life is going to be easier. Because if you employ too cheap, you may not have the level of experience and understanding of the business that is required for that position. So as a manager, I don't work for myself. Everything I do is to support you and to guide you, to let you understand how to manage your time and let the people below you to grow up. Because promotion, I am for organic growth. I strongly believe in a company, growth should be organic, unless you are adding a service line that was not part of your core business, so you don't have the internal competencies, and then you buy these competencies from outside. In this case, I agree. You should hire people from outside. But in the natural course of a company life, you should be able to take a very junior engineer and let him grow up to senior position. If this doesn't happen, there is a problem in the organization.
True.
And this is where my experience on life, the belief, I strongly believe that if you don't keep things oiled, if you don't take care of the gearing, it will fall in pieces. I am the man in the company who walk around with the mole oiling every single piece of gear, drop of oil here, drop of oil there. That's my job.
True.
That's the only things I do. Oiling the mechanism, greasing, probably in English is better greasing. Unbelievable, guys. Between Indians and Italian, we have to do a podcast in English. The people outside, but please put subtitles so we can understand what you're talking about. My job is to grease the mechanism. Of course, there are corporate compliance that I have to push through, like ensure that everybody works within the standard of the organization and we deliver at client expectation. But that is a minimum part. It's a QA/QC. The real part is to transfer the mindset, the management mindset, in every single element of an organization. I believe leadership is not a status. Indeed, no one has a business card with written leader. There is no business card. There is no job position. There is no job description for leadership.
True.
Because if you look at kids, you have a group of 10 kids. One kid does something, everybody follow. That is a natural leader. The way he talks, the way he behaves. In an organization, everybody can be a leader, but it's not something that endure 24 hours a day leadership. For example, you can have anyone in the company that is walking through a corridor and stop by an open door and see someone with his hand on his head. He say, "What's your problem?" I can't find out these things. I don't know how to sort it out. This, and the guy can say, maybe just listen. I've done this before. You should do this, and that. You can do it. Get your friends to help you. This is an act of leadership. It's not
Absolutely. I think
recognized.
providing direction to people is leadership.
Yeah, it's not something that a continuous status of things. Oh, this is the leader of the company. Everybody is a leader in a company. The team leader is a leader in the company. The team supervisor is a leader in the company. The senior watchman is a leader on the company. Everyone leads someone else, and everybody goes in a direction. Then, in this holistic approach to leadership, what is very important is that everybody share the same vision. Because when you lead someone, you are, let me find the right word because someone may jump up and down now. You manipulate someone. It's a leadership is a manipulation.
Right.
Because you change the way the person is thinking.
True.
You have a small kid who misbehave because he believes that's the way to do it. You explain him why he shouldn't do it. This is a manipulation because you change his mind path. Any psychologist will tell you it's a process of manipulation. Now, because the TV tell us that manipulation is a bad thing, every time you hear this word manipulating, you say, oh my God, no, I don't manipulate anyone. No, you manipulate every single person around you, your girlfriend, your father,
Sure.
your friends. Every time you walk in the restaurant, hi, how are you? I know that I didn't have a reservation, but I really hope you can help me. You are manipulating the other person.
I think
You know what I mean?
it's in the same way.
Just playing.
It's in the same way that most people say that I don't like to sell. I don't want to do the sales job. But the fact is, everybody
Exactly.
sells something.
Everybody's selling.
Everybody's selling. Yeah, absolutely. Very true. Very true.
So
I think
I'm
I would like to.
really happy to hear this. So this book which I read, written by Robin Sharma, The Leader Who Had No Title. And today when I'm listening from a real world leader, COO, Chief Operating Officer, saying the same thing. So the theory which I read in the book is actually true, and I'm really happy that I'm listening, real life experiences.
let me tell you something. The book has been written after the experience. So someone exercised theory, practice, and then they wrote the theory.
Yes.
Because there is no one usually. Someone does an experiment. That is okay. Oh, it works, and then they write the book with the theory. So
Correct.
what you wrote was exactly existing. That was exactly there. Was
True.
perfect. So
Absolutely.
what's this book? Because I have this author. Where is from? It's Indian.
It's written by Robin Sharma. You know Robin is a very famous
Yeah, I know him.
author. Yeah, the monk who sold his Ferrari.
Yeah,
which
I
is
read the book.
That same author.
Yeah, great.
Yeah. So he wrote this book. So he also talks a lot of about leadership. So he wrote this leader who had no title. Then he wrote about leadership wisdom.
5 a.m. club as well.
Yeah, 5 a.m. club. And then one more interesting book is about the saint, the surfer, and the CEO. This is the title of the book.
Okay, I haven't read this one. I need to buy.
That one is also really good.
Yeah, then send me a DM later on after the streaming, so I will order the book on Amazon.
Sure. And a lot of people are commenting actually. So Tausif, if you can read some of the comments.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I would like to have this opportunity to check who all are. I think, hi, Bhavin saying hi, Bhavin. The other person with the name of Jermaine Saint Denis. He's saying life is meant to be lived to the fullest. So appreciate what we have around us, accept, love who we are, appreciate family, friends, colleagues, contribute to make the experience better for everyone. Absolutely, I can fully resonate with you. Thank you so much for adding value. Tim Tom is saying, interesting guys. I'm sorry to hear you lost your job, Massimo. I don't know. He heard that Massimo lost the job, but I hope that you will be able to build you up again in today's world. Do you think it's dangerous to spend too much time on social media? So he's asking a question,
He's
Massimo.
asking a question
He's
actually,
asking a
Massimo.
question. So it is for Massimo. So he's saying that, uh, do you think that it is good to spend a lot of time on social media these days?
Okay. It depends what you want to do with social media.
Absolutely.
Social media, I mean, there are kids. I know a guy in YouTube. He's a YouTuber. He's on over 10 million. He just turned over 10 million followers on YouTube. It's millionaire. So it depends. You can spend the rest. You can spend. I'll tell you, he never worked one day in his life. He started YouTubing when I was 13. This guy now he's 26, and he's an Italian guy. I don't want to advertise him. He doesn't need it, but it's okay. He plays an instrument, and he's very famous. And it's working very well. I mean, it's making money. Depends what you want to do on social media. Consider that social media, it's like a booster. 50 years ago, you would have walked on your city, go in a bar, order a 7-Up, a cola, talk with your friends there, and talking about your job. And your reach would have been 15, 20 people in the bar. And maybe someone in the bar, they say, hey, listen, I didn't want to listen to the conversation, but you were talking out loud. And I'm looking for someone with your competencies to do some job. Can we talk? There was this networking at the time. Today, this is like a bar. There is 3 people talking, and I hope another 65,000 people listening. I'm not expecting anything less than this. And your reach is not anymore 20 people. Your reach 100, 100,000, a million. It depends. The problem is with such great degree of exposure, you have to be very careful on what you say on social media. Companies, for example, when I ask you a script of this meeting, of this event, because I represent an organization, and there are boundaries of things I can talk or I cannot talk.
True.
This is personal stuff, but even when I talk to you, I have to think about it. Because everything you say may affect the company that you represent. So social media is great, but you put in LinkedIn, for example, you create something and a vision of yourself, a message that you pass to yourself of integrity, values, and stuff. Then you have an account in Instagram where you're always drunk and doing drugs. And then you have an account on Facebook where you are harassing people. You have to remember, everything is cross-linked. Today, you Google, you find everything you want about someone.
Absolutely.
So the time that you spend on LinkedIn.
And Jermaine is saying that great philosophy, Massimo.
Sorry? What do you say?
So somebody is saying that you have
one of our audience, Jermaine, is saying that great philosophy, Massimo.
Yeah. Thank you.
He's appreciating your thought process and the philosophy that you have discussed.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. It was a painful process for me, so I give it out for free today. Tomorrow you're gonna pay. It's social media, unless you have a mission, it's a full-time job. You cannot do social media half and half. It's a full-time job. It really depends what you want to do. You have your own
Absolutely. I
organization.
think it's all about the purpose.
Yes, you have your own organization. Dive on it. Ask a professional. There are few very good brand coach on this network. I don't want to do names because I don't want to tell that someone is better than another one. But if you see the people that I follow, you will understand who they are. Some of those coaches are incredibly powerful. They can change your life in few coaching sessions. And you should do it because you are not a brand manager. This is not what you do. You try to promote yourself, but there are rules, boundaries that you must respect when you promote yourself. And even the subject that you want to present has to be very clear, has to be a message. I have an editorial that I create. I've been on LinkedIn for 10 years almost, but I really grew up only in the last 6 months because I never use it properly. So for 9 years, I misused LinkedIn. Then someone showed me how to use it. And now I'm growing. But you really need to have very, very clear in mind where you want to reach.
True.
So now maybe I jump from one discussion to another one. I'm really a promoter of the reverse engineering. Where you want to be. When you really define where you want to be, I want to be here. Okay. Now, reverse engineering. What's the step before here? This one. What's the step before here? They have to do this one. The step before here. Until you come back where you are now. And you have to write it down on a piece of paper. And then you know, okay, now I turn the piece of paper and you start.
Correct.
Recently, I had, when it was, maybe 2 months ago, Black Brains, a company in India that does online internship for students from university, because now, you know, with the COVID-19, you cannot do internship. They invited me to have a chat with a student at university. And one of the most recurring questions of the guys was how I become an engineer, what I have to do to become a successful manager. And I said to say, oh, whoa, 1 second. You shouldn't think about what you want to become. The target is not to become a doctor. The target is not to become an astronaut. The target is who you want to be. So when your job finish, you have retired, so there is no more job for you. What kind of person you want to be? What do you want the people to say? Let me push it. I don't know. Do you know Peter Cohen, the writer?
I heard about, yeah.
Peter Cohen is a good friend of mine.
Oh.
We are on the phone very often. Peter Cohen says, tell me now what the people will say on the day of your funeral. You are standing up in front of your grave and the people is talking. What they are saying. That is a key point. When you know what the people is saying, Massimo did this, Massimo did that, Massimo helped people, Massimo blah, blah, blah. This is who I am, not the CEO. That's why I laugh when you say CEO, because I don't care. I change job like nothing. You know what I mean? I've been offered a different position that is more close to the things that I want to do, and I took it. So I left that CEO position to do something else. And I love it. I'm very happy. But I know who I want to be. When you know who you want to be, then the rest of the decision in your life become a lot simpler. Because someone come to you and say, I want to be your friend. And you start to think about it. This person will help me to become who I want to be? Yes or no? Someone is going to tell you, we offer you this job. This job is going to help me to become who I want to be. Yes or no? So all the most important decisions of your life will become a lot easier. Even if you have to take a call, for example, during the pandemic, the company I was working with, NDE, great company, an amazing company, Swedish company, they didn't made one redundancy, zero.
Great.
No redundancy. And it was terrible, it was super hard managing to pay all the salary when the business was frozen. The business was dead. You couldn't move people through the countries. We didn't fire anyone. Why? Because the CEO and me, we sat on the table. Who we want to be? Do we want to be the people who send people home without food for the family? No. So we don't make redundancy.
True.
The company got money. We can ask a loan to the bank. We went through the pandemic. We didn't make any redundancy. And the first things we did on the first job when we resume operation, we employ a person. We employ one guy. But we knew who we want to be. Then everything will become easy in your life. Because every
Absolutely.
choice you stop, this will choice help me to become the person I want to be when I'm 65 or 70. Yes, then I'll do it. No, then I don't do it. Thank you very much.
So it's more about I think creating your personal brand, basically, that how you want to be known. So this, most of the people believe that brand is just about companies or products, but this is what I believe, that you are also a brand, you are a personal brand, and as an
Absolutely.
individual you are also brands, right? So how you want to position yourself, or how you want to be known, as you said
Yes.
very correctly that
Let me adjust something.
please, please.
I don't care what the people think about me.
Okay.
I absolutely no interest. My wife loves me. My two dogs love me. My daughters love me. My dad is dead, so it's okay. My mom is still alive. They love me. And there is
Absolutely.
nothing else I need. My brand, I brand myself to myself. I want to like me. I am a very competitive person, but I don't compete against you. I compete about yesterday myself.
Absolutely.
I
Absolutely.
want
That's the
to
philosophy.
I want to be tomorrow the better version of myself today. So tomorrow morning when I wake up, I have to think about yesterday when I meet Pius Tosi was amazing. What I learned. I'm a better person. Yes, I'm a better person. Oh, wow, that day did make sense. The fact that I'm branding outside and I'm passing my knowledge on LinkedIn, telling the people what I do and what I think, is a reflex. It's a collateral damage who I want to be. But I don't do it. If LinkedIn closed tomorrow, I still have my salary. My life is not linked to LinkedIn.
Absolutely.
You know what
Absolutely
I mean?
true. Absolutely
It's
true.
all about the connections that you have.
As far as I can concern, they can shut down LinkedIn tomorrow. Nothing will change on my life, apart that I will miss people like you, but probably not even because I have your WhatsApp and I'll call you on WhatsApp.
True. But Massimo, I really want to understand from your side that,
Tell me.
so this thing which you say, that I want to be the better version of myself, I want to compete with my yesterday self, right? So I
Yes.
think most of the people are aware about this fact, that it's never about competing with other people. Everything is within, right? So
Mm-hmm.
if I want to compete, I will compete with my own self. But
Yes.
then also people just keep on comparing their lives with others. You know that I want to become. Why I asked you this question, see, about COO or CEO
Mm-hmm.
position, is most of the people, they want to become, they want to live others' lives.
Absolutely.
That I want to become like him. Nobody says that I want to become a best version of myself. Why only few people are able to understand and then live with it? What's your view about this?
I'll tell you, I have a 14 years old daughter, and I believe a lot has to do with the imprinting that the system give to the people since the day they are born.
Mm.
Um, as bad I may sound, we are a product.
True.
Absolutely.
Agreed.
And from the moment that you are born, you are not different from a cow on a farm that produce milk.
Mm.
You are born and you start to generate profit to someone, to the pharmaceutical industry, to the doctor, to the fabric industry that make clothes for you, to the industry that makes diapers for the kids, for the artificial milk. You generate profit for the
You
fact
become
that you are alive.
consumer. You are just a consumer, basically.
Okay. Now, I don't know if there's, let's say, if there is a plan or there is no plan, but the way all the school is built, the system is built, the social media is built, it's to create a competition between people and not competition between yourself.
Mm.
Mm.
I compare myself with you.
Mm. True.
So in this way, I buy what you have.
Absolutely bang on.
I don't buy what I need or what I want. I buy what you have because I remember my daughter, she was crying and she was maybe 6, 7. And there was this brand of shows called Lelly Kelly. And we couldn't find it. And we said, oh, we buy these other shows. No, she didn't want it because at school, the other kids was having the Lelly Kellys and she wanted because
Mm.
she cannot recognize herself with the group.
Mm.
They told you, oh, you have to recognize yourself. Oh, but you are darker than me. But you know that if you buy the Nike, we are the same.
Right.
You know what I mean? We are the
Absolutely.
same. What car are you driving? A BMW? You can buy a BMW. So the gap that we have on heritage and stuff, they feel it with products.
Mm.
We say, oh yeah, I want to buy it. I want to buy it. I need to be a CEO, not because I want to enable people to grow up. I want to have a company with a vision. I want to become a CEO because I have a 6 zeros salary and I can buy everything I need. So I leverage myself with the people that I think I want to be like. I give you an example. I don't know. You know, Elon Musk, he got a
Yes.
vision. You may like his vision or you may not like his vision.
True.
Yeah.
But Elon Musk did something that no one did. And to me, is a key turning point on the evolution of humanity. And
Absolutely.
actually, what I'm going to say now, you may not like it. I don't know in which evolutionary theory you believe. If God created us or we come from the monkey, whatever it is, I accept everything because honestly, you can believe whatever you want.
You never know.
But assuming for a second that it's true that we come from monkeys, some monkey develop in humans, in different kind of humans, because we know that Darwin said us there was the Homo erectus and that one, that and that one. Not everyone survived.
Mm.
Only one kind become who we are today. What is the next evolutionary step? Elon Musk, when they ask him where your kids go to school, Elon says, my kids are not going to school. I open a school that is called Ad Astra, that means to the star. And we already have 15, 20 kids attending this school. Now, if you step back a lot, until you sit yourself on the moon and you look at the planet, you see humanity and a part of humanity that is moving away from the system. This is an evolutionary change.
Hmm.
They don't even think about, oh, let's modify the program at school. They just push off the school system and they open their own school system, their own value and their own understanding of the future. Those people are moving away from the rest of the humanity. This is an evolutionary change. It's like a bird took the fly and the chicken can only walk. It's this level of change. You are here left to die, because if this maybe they die, maybe they go all on a rocket and they all die as soon as they turn Saturn on the left, there is an asteroid, a crash, and that evolutionary modification of the human being will disappear that day. Maybe not. Maybe they go to Mars, they colonize Mars, they change their mindset, we are left here to die, we get extincted. Because they create an evolutionary change that has nothing to do with having the branch like fish or having wings or X-Men. It's a change on their mindset. This is also an evolutionary change. And it's dangerous. I don't know where I want to be. I want to be with him. I want to stay here. So there are things that we have to do. I believe my job, I write on LinkedIn because I really want to raise awareness. I want people to question things. I don't want people to read something that says, never give up. And the people say, yeah, never give up. No, actually, you should give up. You can give up. There is nothing wrong on giving up under certain conditions.
Absolutely.
Because there is a difference between giving up and letting go. Giving up, you give up when you let go before all the possible options are being exhausted. However, when you analyze the option, you will reach a point where pursuing on those options is not physically or financially sustainable. So you let it go. So telling never give up is stupid, because you're going to die if you never give up.
Absolutely.
You keep going trying
to give up
until you reach the point where the benefit and the damage of not giving up are surpassed by the damage, and then you have to let go. So I really try to write things and shake the status quo and let the people don't believe because you have been told or has been written somewhere that this is the absolute truth. So all my posts are shaking. I always try to shake people and say, hey, think with your head, think with your head. And I love when people come back and challenge me and say, no, you're wrong. Okay, prove me wrong. And that's the people that I really like. That's the level of engagement that I want to have, because I also grow. Because I'll tell you something, I am wrong most of the time.
Very, very, very interesting.
And it's mind-boggling and
amazing insight and wisdom
absolutely.
which you just shared. I mean, very, very effective and very, I mean, easy to understand, I will say. So, Masibo, we would also love to know about your that accident, which I think unfortunate event of your life, which happened because of which you had to go through, those pain must be a lot of pain, because there was a time in my life also when I met with an accident, and I also spent almost more than 90 days on bed. So so I also want to know that how was your experience, and what did you learn out of that particular experience?
Okay, that's funny. Okay, you must know, I've been a sportsman since I was a kid.
Wow.
I've been sailing since I was like 9 years old. I'm a sailing instructor. I've done competition in sailing, windsurfing, sailboat, catamaran.
Wow.
I really like to fly. I'm a skydiver. I'm a coach. I'm a scuba diver. I'm an instructor. And recently, because Dubai collect and attract the best people, the Red Bull Air Force team was always here. And we become friends because we are skydiving on the same area, drop zone. And then someone introduced me to a discipline that is called speed riding, that is actually mountain skiing, but with a small parachute. So you start skiing and the parachute inflates on your back.
Ah.
You can Google it. You can watch some video. You ski and then you maneuver your parachute. You take off and you jump. You can jump from a cliff to another one. So what's happened? That at the beginning of the season in 2015, some of the members of the Red Bull team, they went to train in France. And I went with them because they are friends, some of them. And because they are friends, they were not really pushing hard for me to stay with them. But what my stupid brain told me, oh, I'm good enough. I'm behind the Red Bull team. You know what I mean? I never thought for a second that they were slowing down to let me catch up. My brain told me, oh, I'm good enough. And at the moment, I killed myself. I crashed the side of the French Alps with a canopy, and I fall down and I broke myself from the cliff. And I've been taken by an helicopter on an hospital in the middle of the French Alps, and I've been lucky enough that a French doctor called Peter Tarabula, an amazing person that spent most of his life in war zone, fixing for free people that has been injured by civilian, by explosion and stuff. So he's really an angel. He was there by chance. He did a long operation to fix me. And eventually fixed me, but I've been practically immobilized on a bed for about 60 days. I couldn't move from the bed. The pain wasn't that much because in France, they have the culture of no pain. So they give you morphine as like they give you water. So you feel no pain. I didn't feel pain at all. But after that, I have to learn how to use a wheelchair, how to move from a wheelchair to the toilet, how to take a shower from a wheelchair, because I couldn't put weight from the waist down. So practically no legs. And I start to pick up things. The city is not built with people on a wheelchair. People park like crap. Now I park properly. When I park, no matter where I park, I check if there is 1 meter for a wheelchair to pass through. Before, maybe I wasn't that, let's say, attempt on these things. I didn't put enough attention on those things. No, I do it. When I walk now, I walk stare on a restaurant. The first things I say, there is no ramp. Even now that I'm walking, I look and say, but you don't have a ramp. I become a lot more aware how life for people of determination is, how hard it is. Everything is hard. Go to the supermarket. You go to the supermarket, you take a cart, you go. When you're in a wheelchair, you don't take a cart, you go. You need someone to push you. And then you push the cart, maybe. Guys, it's really, really hard. So it completely opened my view 360 degrees. I give you an example, level of awareness. You know Clubhouse, the new application. Are you familiar with it?
Which application?
Clubhouse.
Clubhouse, yeah. It's available in India on iPhone only.
iPhone
not in Android, yeah.
Okay. If you are deaf, you can't use it. Because it's only words. You can only talk. So you already discriminate or mute. If you're mute or you're deaf, you cannot socialize on Clubhouse. So it's ugly discriminating. This is the first things I picked up the first day I use it. Because my level of awareness when it comes to handicap in the terms of incapability to use 100% of your body rise. Imagine LinkedIn. A blind guy, he cannot enjoy LinkedIn.
Cannot enjoy. True.
There is a girl, Tosin, that she made a comment on your post. She asked, please put subtitles because I enjoy all your conversation, but if you do the video, I'm deaf.
I have sent it to Piyush as well.
Yeah,
The same thing.
I saw that.
I sent a connection request to this girl because she really put a knife on the middle of my chest.
Yeah.
Thinking that we are doing these things is super cool. And someone at home say, oh, I can listen to this.
Absolutely.
That's the level of arrogance that we have. We don't perceive. We are all arrogant.
Absolutely.
I mean,
Agreed.
Guys,
there is a guy.
no offense is mean here.
No, agreed.
No, absolutely.
Because
There was a guy who actually commented on my post when we did the branding today, and he said that, Tausif, I always read your post, and I'm loving your podcast, but I'm not able to hear you because I'm a deaf. So why can't you go ahead and add subtitles to your videos? So I have in fact sent it to Piyush as well, and probably we were about to talk about this, that how can we explore something through which we can, whatever the conversation we are having,
there are tools that do the translation online now.
Absolutely.
And I think we have the moral obligation to do this because I'll tell you, the most sensible people is people that lack of a sense because they exploit the other senses, and this also affects the emotional part of themselves.
I can completely resonate with this thing which you said, just shared about your, one of the most important experiences of your life. So when I also spent almost 90 days on bed, I also had the similar kind of experiences. So somebody asked me in one of the podcasts that, Piyush, how did you feel when you were on bed, and what exactly was going on in your mind when you were lying on bed? So I told him the only thing which was going on in my mind when I spent those 90 days on my bed, that I just want to get up and I want to walk.
Absolutely.
That was
That
the
was a basic
only
need.
thing which was going on in my mind when I was on my bed for 90 days. So there was no other aspirations, there was no dreams, there was nothing which we talk about that, I want to do this, I want to start a business, I want to become like a general manager, or whatever your aspirations is. But when you are going through such kind of experience, you just get back to the basic, and we don't actually value such thing. As you said very correctly, we are very arrogant people. We don't value the things which we get very much
Absolutely.
easily.
Yeah, you take it for granted. That's
Yeah,
the problem. We take
exactly.
everything for granted.
I just can recall a quote from Robin Sharma that, for my whole life, I have been cursing that I did not have shoes until I saw a man who had no feet.
Who had no feet.
So,
Exactly.
it's all about, we need to understand how we are blessed. If we are able to walk, if we are able to eat food, if we are able to see this world and hear everyone talking, I think that's the biggest gift that we have got from the God. But as Massimo and Piyush, you repeated that obviously, we human have become very ignorant about the fact that we have so many things that we don't
Yeah,
even take care
we
of,
have
and
everything. We have
absolutely,
everything.
we don't even
Yeah.
notice.
You see, at the end, we don't decide where we're born. I was born Italian. You were born in India. The Prince of England, he didn't decide. He just was born and he found himself the Prince of India. There is nothing we can do with that.
So
Absolutely.
But what we have an obligation towards the people that has been given less opportunity than us to get the best out of our life. Because remember, the moment that you waste your life starting from here, because you already, I don't want to say that you're born with a silver spoon in your mouth, but you're born in a place where opportunity were available. and there is someone that is born in a place where opportunity are not available, and this guy is really working hard to climb one step at a day, and you are here and you are doing nothing. That is just not acceptable.
Absolutely.
That's not acceptable. You have to create enough wealth to be able to share and rise the
Share with the
bar
world.
to this level.
I think
Because
you're
it's
a true leader, Massimo, and the qualities that you have discussed and shared. I think I'm pretty sure within your organization as well, your direct reportees would feel blessed, uh, you know, for a leader like you who always take the team
uh,
along with them.
I'm very demanding.
Okay.
So
Great.
it's not all pink and nice.
No, no, of
I'm a
course.
human being. I
It
lost
has
it.
to be a blend of all the
I,
things.
I wake up nervous like anybody else, but I have the decency to say sorry. But sometimes I
That's
lost my plot. So sometimes when people they do think that cost money to the company and they were totally avoidable, I lose it. And I said, what the fuck you did? One thing you have to do. One thing you have to
Absolutely.
do. You haven't done it. And this is affect everybody else. I mean, perfection doesn't exist. I don't believe in perfection because
true.
when you want to make something perfect, you stop moving.
Mm.
And you
It's
lose
an
your
illusion.
creativity as well.
It's an illusion.
Imagine for a second. Imagine this one. Imagine that you walk with your shoes on paint, and every step that you take has to be perfect, so the footprint that you leave on the tarmac is perfect, like all the borders are perfect. Now, if you spend so much time to make every single step perfect, you're not going to really move. And if you move 10 meters in your life.
Fantastic example.
You really have to accept the fact that if you want to move forward, you have to lower in quality in a certain point.
Absolutely.
And maybe acceptable. I'm not in your life, I'm not in your shows. You decide how much is acceptable for you.
Very true. Very true. Very true.
So there is some
So
question from the people online that maybe they have some funny question they want to know about my life.
yeah, actually, so I think actually India it is almost 11:15. So
It's late, huh?
yeah, so many people are there, but I think they are just mesmerized by the wisdom
Absolutely.
which you are sharing. So they're trying to grasp it. They're trying to digest the
Okay.
wisdom.
I don't want to give them nightmare. Maybe we just should tell them good
No,
night
no,
and
no,
enjoy
no,
the
no,
rest of the
not
night.
at all, not at all, not at all. But Massimo, we would love to keep on listening to you for another hour, but
Absolutely.
as
My mouth is dry.
because of the time limitations, we would love to have you one more time in future whenever it's convenient for you. But
Anytime,
whatever
guys.
whatever wisdom, whatever insights you have shared in last 1 hour, it was, I mean, completely uh, help us to understand a lot of things about life, and the way you have taken all your life experiences, the things which you have learned. That was something really great, and I'll be taking a lot of things out of all your life experiences, and definitely I'm going to implement in my personal life. So thank you so much
Oh, that's
once
nice
again.
to hear. I'm flattered. Oh,
Yeah,
it's
And I
cool.
would
Thank
like
you.
to add upon to what Piyush said, and definitely it was, we did not realize that, last 1 hour and 10 minutes, how did
Oh,
it
really?
pass?
Wow.
We absolutely lost track of time because of the fact that you shared the wisdom nuggets, which were really invaluable. In fact, I have made a note of few points that you have discussed, and then definitely I would like to share it with our audience as well. And
absolutely.
you know, it's very humble to see that the kind of work you do, the position you hold, it doesn't reflect on in the way you actually talk, in the way you actually have a conversation with anyone. and it's very much visible in your, in the way you actually are having a conversation with everyone. So really humbled that you have actually taken the valuable time out of your busy schedule and came here and spent 1 hour with us and enriched the audience. And as Piyush said, that we would love to have you for another session whenever time allows, whenever you are available. And
Oh, that's very nice.
we would like to, because you shared in the beginning that you had
We want to
four
we want to
major
listen.
incidents.
We want to listen you more. Actually,
Uh,
Absolutely.
we
But
are
you only
still
shared one
hungry.
incident out of your life, so we would
We are
like to
still
know
hungry.
more. Yeah.
yeah, I left. There is one that I haven't told you, but the next time maybe I'll tell you about.
Next time.
Absolutely.
So lastly, I just want to know that any last piece of advice that if
Yeah.
somebody wants to develop that leadership mindset, what will
Yeah.
be that one thing which you would like to tell people? Because I have also recently started my business, so I
Hmm.
really want to understand that if I want to inculcate that leadership mindset in someone, what would be that one piece of advice, Massimo?
That's $1 million question. I will answer with one. There are many answers I can give to you, but listen to understand and only answer if you have something to say. Because a conversation happen only when there is a need from one of the part to know something. Give you an example. You walk on the street, someone stop you. Sorry, Pius, which direction for the Trafalgar Square? I don't know. End of the conversation. Sorry, Pius, which direction Trafalgar Square? Oh yeah, I know it. Second left, right, signal, downstairs, you're right. If you want to be a leader, you really need to understand what the other person wants from you. You have to be sure that you have the information. You may be not in the position to have the information. You look for the information. You Google it, and you give the information to the person. You have to be of use. Leadership, it's giving. Leadership is not talking. Leadership is not being there and say, "Oh, I'm so cool because with so many years of experience." People doesn't care. People don't care. People come to you and they want to know something. Hey, boss, I have this problem. Or, hey, coach, I have this problem. Tell me again, what's the problem? I know the answer. No, wait a second. Oh, Tosin, I have this problem. Do you have an answer? Yes. Okay. Oh, that's the answer. Oh, thank you very much. Otherwise, the conversation is finished. It's dead. Sorry, where is Trafalgar Square? I don't know. End of the conversation.
Wow.
So if you want to start to be a good leader, learn to understand what the people want and try to give them.
Great piece
Absolutely.
of
$1
advice,
million
Massimo. Thank you.
advice.
Yes, that's leadership 101. It's on the back of the of the Chinese cookies, leadership 101.
We can have a complete episode on leadership wisdom someday.
Absolutely.
It's okay. Guys, let me tell you, first of all, thank you very much for inviting me. I've been honored, and I really like Tosin Post. I follow him. I think everything started because you comment something on me, and I say, no, I sincerely like what you're doing.
Absolutely.
And everything starts from that point. And I hope that we didn't bore the people listening to us.
Not at all.
And if anyone
No,
got question, I know you're gonna post something on a link with a recording of
Yes.
this. If someone got
Absolutely.
more question, can put the question in the comments. I will jump on your post and will comment. And maybe one day
And I would like to quickly,
we're gonna see
I
each
would like to
other.
quickly add that we would share this entire recording on our YouTube. This YouTube channel will be available to everyone. Maybe
Oh, thank
Piyush
you.
will post it on our social media so that
Sure.
everybody who might have missed it can revisit the conversation that we had and the value add that you have provided us today.
Okay.
Absolutely.
If there was value, I hope so.
No, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Immense
No
level
doubt
of
about
value.
it.
That's just the story of a poor man. If there is something good you can take it, take it. Otherwise, you waste 1 hour of your life watching the video.
Not at all. Not at all.
Not at all.
We are pretty sure that everybody have got a lot of value. So Massimo, thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. Good
Namaste,
night.
brother.
Take care. Namaste.
Thank you so much for
Take
your
care.
time.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.